One North Texas city has clearly defined nudity standards when it comes to restaurant. Now a second North Texas city is following suit. Caught in the middle once again, Redneck Heaven Bar and Grill. Fox 4's Natalie Solis joining us now from Fort Worth with the proactive steps being taken in Cowtown. Natalie.
Yeah, well, Heather, some of the patrons here think this is really just a case of monkey see, monkey do. But one Fort Worth City Councilman says he has gotten a few calls, not a lot, but a few, and he says he wants to address this before it becomes a real issue. Right off the exit ramp from Loop 820 to Beach Street in North Fort Worth, Redneck Heaven is turning heads. What do you like about coming here?
The women. I ain't gonna lie.
And it's their ABC or anything but closed days that has the eye of District 4 City Councilman Danny Scarth. The restaurant, fairly new to his district, these pictures from its website. He says it's taking it too far.
For them or any other restaurants for that matter that might kind of push the envelope a little bit, we just wanted to make sure we clarified our definition of what is covered and what's not covered.
The Louisville City Council first shined the spotlight on the restaurant in its city last week. The council voted unanimously to change a city ordinance banning body paint, latex, and tattoos as suitable cover-up for servers.
We're quite shocked to see that these young ladies weren't dressed.
Some residents there took issue especially with body-painted servers helping customers on a patio in plain view of more family-oriented restaurants. The Redneck Heaven in Fort Worth, sandwiched between a Texas Roadhouse and an IHOP.
I think the other thing is that people don't always know what they're walking into. I mean, there's no real sign that says, gee, this is what you may come into.
Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price weighed in from Texas Motor Speedway, just 15 minutes north.
So we're just going to tweak our ordinance a little bit to try to stay ahead of the game before we have a problem.
Like in Louisville, the Fort Worth location happy to let us talk to customers in the parking lot, most of whom thought the body paint was a non-issue, but no formal response from corporate.
If you don't like it, then don't come here. Just don't ruin it for everybody else.
All right, well, Councilman Scarth says the change to the ordinance still has to go before a zoning commission and then have a public hearing. He expects that it'll take about 2 months before the council will vote. Heather?
All right, so can Redneck Heaven, can they do anything to fight the change? Something like getting a license for a sexually oriented business?
Right. Well, in Louisville, that was an option.
Right.
Here in Fort Worth, it really isn't, because sexually oriented businesses, or SOBs, are restricted to industrial zones, and this is not one of them. So if Redneck Heaven were very insistent and they really wanted to fight this and move forward with the body paint, they have two options. They can either try to move to an industrial zone and go ahead and get that SOB permit, or they can try to have this area rezoned as an industrial area, and there are lots of businesses around here. Highly doubtful that is going to happen, so not a lot of recourse for them if this change is passed. Heather?
Gotcha. All right, we'll keep watching. Natalie Solis, thanks much.